I never imagined I'd find myself in this kind of heartbreak, but here I am, completely lost and humiliated. My name is Lisa, I'm 24, and my husband Jack is 26. We met in college and married 3 years ago. I always thought our relationship was solid, not perfect, but steady. Jack was my rock. Calm, patient, steady, maybe even too patient. I didn't see it then, but now I realize I destroyed the one person who loved me the most. And all of it unraveled in front of our entire neighborhood because of one careless night. Jack and I couldn't be more different. He's an introvert who finds comfort in quiet evenings with a book or a documentary. I'm the opposite. I thrive on socializing, hosting, being the center of attention. Early on, Jack supported that side of me without question. He never complained, even when he'd rather be anywhere else, and would go to parties just to make me happy. He bent over backward to keep me smiling, surprising me with my favorite coffee, canceling his own plans to comfort me, and never asking for anything in return. He worked long, exhausting hours, then came home to cook, clean, and handle the bills, while I did less and less, no job, no kids, no real reason for my laziness. Instead of appreciating him, I started seeing him as weak. I let toxic voices into our life. Old college friends who lived for the party scene. They told me I was too young to be tied down, too vibrant for a man like Jack. I believed them. One night, after too many drinks, I boasted to those friends about how Jack would do anything I asked, even joking that he'd jump off a cliff if I told him to. They laughed, I laughed. I felt powerful. I didn't stop to think how cruel and humiliating that sounded, especially to a man who loved me unconditionally. That night became a pattern. The more Jack gave, the more I mocked him behind his back. My friends called him whipped, joked that I wore the pants, that Jack was trained like a dog, and, twisted as it sounds, I liked the attention. Jack never confronted me, even when I knew he overheard the jokes. He just smiled tightly and kept loving me. I mistreated him openly, dismissed his opinions at dinner, rolled my eyes when he spoke, ignored him at social gatherings. Even our friends followed my lead, treating him like a joke. But Jack never lost his kindness. He kissed me goodnight, brought flowers, told me he loved me every morning. I thought he'd never leave because of that love. I was wrong. Everything came crashing down at a neighborhood party. Jack was manning the grill, quietly serving everyone as he always did. I was with my friends, a few drinks in, and the topic of husbands came up. One friend joked about how perfectly trained Jack was, and I jumped on it. I laughed, mocking him openly, saying he had no backbone, that he never said no to me. People laughed. I was putting on a show. Then silence. I hadn't even noticed Jack approach. His face was pale, quiet, but his eyes had changed. He looked at me and said, "We need to talk." Everyone was watching as I followed him away. For the first time in our marriage, he didn't look sad. He looked done. He told me he was tired of being my punching bag, that he'd given everything and all I did was humiliate him. He said he was leaving. It was over. He told me to pick up my things from the porch and walked away. I thought he was bluffing. When I got home, he was already packing my things. I begged, I cried, I apologized endlessly. But Jack didn't yell. He didn't argue. He simply said, "No more. You can't treat me like this and expect me to stay." I refused to leave. That's when he threatened to call the police. For the first time, I saw he wasn't the man I thought he was. The pushover was gone. I left that night with a suitcase of mascara running down my face, walking past neighbors who had seen everything. Not a word from anyone, not even from the friends who used to laugh with me. I guess they were never really my friends. Now I'm alone. I'm staying at my parents' house, and Jack won't answer my calls or texts. I don't know if he ever will. I don't know how to fix this, or if it even can be fixed. The truth is, I disrespected someone who gave me nothing but love. I mocked the man who gave me the world. I let my craving for attention destroy my marriage. I underestimated the man who only ever wanted to be enough. Jack finally stood up for himself, and I lost him. Maybe this is my wake-up call. Maybe I deserved this. I just needed to say it out loud, to get it off my chest. Thank you for listening.